Joint Integrated Program in Management Admission Test. Short form Jipmat for 2025. We already know the date for Jipmat, that is 26th of April 2025. And among the three examinations for Integrated Program in Management conducted by the number one IPMAT Indore, the number two IPMAT Rohtak, and number three Jipmat. Jipmat is going to be conducted first out of the three examinations. So let's talk about some very important pointers as far as important dates, the pattern of the examination, and the syllabus of the examination as released by the official website. So let's talk about all these things one by one. Now, first of all, the important dates. So the first step is the application form. So all of you must submit the application form before 10th of March 2025. The application forms they are already out. It has already started on 11th of February and the last date to fill the application form is 10th of March up to 11:50 PM. So रात को 11:50 से पहले आपको फिल करना है. That doesn't mean that you will wait for the last date. जल्दी से अभी के अभी फिल कर दो if you are sure that you want to apply for integrated program in management, right? So this is the last date. Now the correction window, when you have already filled the form and in case you think that you got to know that you have filled anything wrong, okay, so to correct those information which can be edited, the window starts from 13th of March and it will end on 15th of March. So 13th, 14th and 15th, you will get 3 days to correct any of the details that you have filled in the examination form. The next is intimation of cities for the examination centers. तो ये अभी तक इसकी कोई डेट नहीं है. This date will be announced later on the website. So stay tuned to the official website of Jipmat as well. Now hosting of admit cards for downloading. Again, admit card कब download कर सकते हो तो ये भी date अभी तक announce नहीं हुई है. But the most important thing is the date of the examination, which is already announced and which is fixed on 26th of April 2025. The timing of the examination will be starting from 3 PM till 5:30 PM and I'm sure that reporting time on the examination center will be way before 3 PM. So you can already see that this examination is going to be of the duration of 2.5 hours, that is 150 minutes. Now display of recorded responses, answer keys and so on so forth, again इसका date announce नहीं हुआ है. And declaration of result on NT website, इसका भी date announce नहीं हुआ है. So you can stay tuned to the official website for these dates later on. Now moving ahead, talking about some of the very important details related to the mode of the examination and the pattern of the examination. Now first of all, this is going to be an online test and the test will be computer based test. Now computer based test होता क्या है? So computer based test and computer adaptive test, ये दो टाइप के टेस्ट होते हैं. Computer based test पे क्या होता है, जो भी टेस्ट है वो फिक्स्ड है, right? The level of difficulty of questions will not change, it will not depend on if you have attempted the question correctly or not, right? Whereas in computer adaptive test, it is adaptive, so the level of difficulty of the next question will depend on if you have attempted first question correctly or not, right? So this is computer based test. The test is fixed, the examination is already fixed and the same questions will appear for every candidate, right? Now talking about the pattern of the examination, the paper comprises of multiple choice questions in the following areas. So the entire paper is divided in 3 sections. Section number 1 is quantitative aptitude, which will have a total of 33 questions. And the weightage of every question is going to be 4 marks. So the entire weightage of this section is 33 multiplied by 4, that is 132 marks. Followed by the second section, which will comprise data interpretation and logical reasoning, having 33 questions of the same weightage, every question of 4 marks, and the total weightage of the section will be 132. Now the third section, verbal ability and reading comprehension. Now this section will have 34 questions, not 33 but 34 questions. Each question will be of 4 marks and the total weightage of the section will be 136. Overall, there will be 100 questions which you need to attempt in 2.5 hours, and the total weightage of the examination is going to be 400 marks. Now, one very good thing about this examination is you don't have any sectional time limit, right? So you can shuffle among the sections, totally up to you. If you want to attempt verbal ability section first, you can do that. After 20 minutes you want to switch over to the another section, it can be done. So to attempt these 100 questions, you will get a total of 150 minutes, right? Now the next thing is further details about the marking scheme. So as we already know that number one, the marking scheme will be +4 for every correct. So for each correct response, candidate will get 4 marks. There is negative marking of 1 mark. So for every incorrect attempt, 1 mark will be deducted, and no deduction will be there for unanswered or unattempted, right? So there is no negative marking. If you want to leave any question unattempted, you can do so. You will not attract any kind of negative marking. Now, to answer a question, the candidate needs to choose only one option which will be correct, right? Now, in case there are some wrong questions, there are some deviations, so they have clearly defined some of the rules. After the process of challenges of the answer key, so if you feel that the answer that you have marked is correct and the answer that is given in the answer key which is released by Jipmat authorities is wrong, then you can definitely challenge. And in case there are multiple correct options or change in the key, then only those candidates who have marked the correct answers will get the marks. No other candidate will get the mark, right? Also, in case the question is dropped due to some technical error hai, question mein kuch galti hai, then all the candidates will get the marks, irrespective of if you have attempted the question or you have not attempted, right? Again, duration is 2.5 hours. This is one important thing that you need to note down. Moving ahead and talking about the syllabus for this examination. Now, this syllabus is as per the official website, okay? So I'll be talking a little in detail about the syllabus as far as the previous year examinations is concerned. So we'll take a note of the syllabus of those examinations and we'll discuss a little in detail about all the 3 sections. Starting with section A, that is quantitative aptitude. So they are saying that questions will be asked to test the understanding and the application of various concepts up to class 10th mathematics. Now, up to class 10th, what all we have studied? We have studied arithmetic. Now, arithmetic had different topics like percentages and its applications in profit loss, discount, simple interest, and compound interest. Moving further, ratios and its applications in averages, mixtures, and allegations, time, speed, distance, and time and work. So all these topics are part of arithmetic. Now moving ahead to algebra, which is the second part. Now algebra will have the applications of linear equations, simultaneous equations, quadratic equations, a little bit of functions, graphs, and so on and so forth, right? Now after that we have studied geometry up till class 10th. So starting from lines and angles, triangles, circles, quadrilaterals, and mensuration, all these things will be tested. And then the applications of number systems, right? So all these things are composed, will be a part of quantitative aptitude section. Now moving on to the second section, section B, which is data interpretation and logical reasoning. So as per their explanation, they are saying that data interpretation questions will be asked to test the ability to interpret from the given data set. So I'll tell you a little in detail. So data set. So what do they mean by data set? So some data, some mathematical data in the form of numbers will be given to you, and this data can be in the form of tables, bar graphs, line charts, pie charts, and so on and so forth. Now you'll have to read this data, interpret, and then you will have to answer the questions, mathematical questions, the questions which will involve some calculations, and these questions will be asked from that data that was given to you earlier. So this is data interpretation. Next is logical reasonings. The questions will be asked to test the reasoning ability of a student. Now the different areas, the different topics will be starting from blood relations, direction senses, coding decoding, series, input output, odd one out, Venn diagrams. So all these things will comprise of logical reasoning skills, and anything that involves out of the box thinking, your reasoning skills will be tested in that. All these questions can be a part of logical reasoning. Now the third section, verbal ability and reading comprehension. Now verbal ability questions will be asked to test the basic understanding of English language. So it can be anything from vocabulary, sentence correction, grammatical things, right? So anything and everything that is a part of verbal ability can be tested in this section, followed by reading comprehension. Now reading comprehension is nothing that you would not know about. Questions will be asked to test the ability to comprehend and interpret and infer from the given passage. So there will be a passage that will be given to you. You'll have to read it, interpret it, and infer things from that to answer the questions that will follow, right? So this is the entire syllabus that we have for Jipmat examination, right? So now friends, you all have very less time left for the preparation of Jipmat examination. I wish all the best to you, and we will be conducting some more sessions, some more informative sessions that will help you in understanding these examinations better, as well as preparing for these examinations in a much better way for all the sections: quantitative aptitude, logical reasoning, data interpretation, verbal ability, and reading comprehension. All the very best to all of you.